Hello, hello, hello. This is Cyborg,
And Bumblebee.
and we're going to be talking about absolute.
Superman issues 1 through 3.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, and very, very completely different take on what I knew about Superman. Like, this flipped it and reversed it. Missy Elliott, not sponsored.
So, in this story, Superman's parents are not revered scientists, people that, the Krypton looks up to for guidance in terms of science. They are the low of the low, the working guild, working class.
Yeah, the regular people.
Yes. His dad is
Minor.
he's an engineer, but he's in charge of the mines, and his mom is a mechanic.
Yep.
They both kind of got gypped out of going to the science academy and getting to be on the leaders of Kandor
All because they had a brain.
because they spoke out.
Oh, because they had a mouth and a brain.
Because they spoke out about certain things that the Science Guild did not like.
No, they did not.
Did not like.
Not even a little bit.
We also see we're going back and forth between the past and present day. So that's all in the past. Superman as a child on his home world.
Mm-hmm.
In present day, we see him helping out on Earth with these miners in Brazil, who, if they were the ones to perform mining the diamonds,
Yes,
they would have. Yes, there was asbestos, and they would have gotten very sick. So
And
Superman,
died.
yes, Superman went ahead and did all the mining for them, and these people, the Lazarus that are in charge and paying them, did not like that.
Yeah, they got pissed.
And guess who's a part of the Lazarus and the Peacemakers? Lois Lane. Don't look at me like that.
I don't like it.
But we see, after she actually interacts with Superman, she kind of is developing a soft spot and kind of like, we're the bad guys kind of thing a little bit. She's kind of like, this guy is like the definition of being truthful and ethics. He's on the correct side of the moral compass.
Yeah, but it's still pretty adolescent stuff going on. He's letting his feelings control him a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we move back over to the past where his mom and his dad, who are still quite living at the moment. And I say at the moment because we don't know what's going on completely just of yet.
We see that his parents are building a spacesuit, or what we thought was a spacesuit, because in issue 3 we learned that it's an actual spaceship that they were building.
Yeah.
Like a full on space ship.
Huge.
To carry him, them, and anyone else that wants to come along.
Whoever can fit in the dang ship.
Kind of backtracking a little bit. I think in issue 2 we see that Lois Lane is writing her report about Superman, and like I said, she's kind of developing a soft spot. She, after being and interacting with him, she understands what he's trying to do, and her eyes are kind of being opened to her employers and what they're doing to these people.
That's all well and good, but it shouldn't have even gotten to that point. Like, I don't like the fact that they got Lois Lane as her being part of them.
Well, we'll have to see.
I
This
guess.
seems like a because obviously her opinions are changing. So I feel like somewhere down the line she's going to either leave or change her mind or try to, you know, affect change within the organization for the good.
Hopefully. I don't think so as much, but you never know.
We'll see. In regular universe, her dad is a military general. So I'm interested to see if her dad is one of the main bosses for these Lazarus and the Peacemakers.
That's a good point.
I'd be interested to see.
That would be so bad if he was.
We'll see.
I mean, it wouldn't be horrible, but it would not be that good, because that means if she falls in love with Soups again, like she always does, you know what that's gonna be like, right?
I mean, we've seen this in the regular universe. When her dad is a general, he kind of, until he understands, and then he's okay with it. So I feel like it'll probably be along the same lines, where like he won't like it, but then like once he actually knows Superman and potentially learns the secret of Superman, his opinions might change.
Right.
But that is to be seen. We'll have to wait and see on what's coming in the next issues and throughout the series.
True. But now we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, because what got me is something that I did not understand at first, because I even said, oh, that looks like said people. We did not know that it was actually them. Peacemakers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was actually Peacemakers. I just said it looked like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
That's them. That's them for sure.
Yeah, no, that's weird. Cause,
and they definitely have the ruthlessness of true. Peacemaker.
Because I will say, at one point they looked like, I believe they call themselves the New Gods or something like that.
Something like that.
The
armor.
Yeah. It looked like them. Not saying that they are them, because we know that it's Peacemakers.
Mm-hmm.
And who's controlling all of this is Brainiac.
Oh, yes. Where Brainiac is the brains...
literally.
...of the Lazarus. And we see little glimpses of that. The, Brainiac system... where like it's an automated AI system for writing reports and stuff. We see that in there when Lois Lane is writing her report at first.
I thought that was wild.
Until she decides to write it out herself and not use the automated system.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting to see.
I think it would be.
We see a little glimpse of him, I think in issue 2, and we see him with his bottled cities around him.
Right.
So he's gonna be up to his usual things, it looks like. Okay. It seems like.
Yeah. And then you have something that kind of, two important things. One, Superman's suit is not what we thought it was.
It is made of sunstone. I feel
sunstone.
Like sunstone or redstone. Sunstone.
One of those.
I feel like I'm blanking.
And it's just an interesting concept, which I thought was way above my pay grade to even understand. But they did a brief description of it, and it looks amazing. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have like a whole helmet appear and disappear. His cape can shield and heal people.
Oh well,
it healed them.
It did, but them. You say cape, but it's not really a cape. It's just the dust, and it can take on the shape of a cape or whatever.
So it's a cape.
Yes.
My gosh.
His suit can take on whatever shape he needs it to take on.
It's a cape.
Yes. Whatever.
His cape can shield and heal people.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool because now he ain't got. I mean, he don't get hurt or anything, but he ain't got to take the full blunt of bullets or anything like that. And not only that, his suit talks to him. The suit's name is Soul.
Like the sun.
Like the sun. That's interesting. But what really floored me is the Peacemakers have a tank, multiple tanks, and they fly.
Heli tanks.
It is annoying.
Heli tanks.
And on one of them it says, "How's my driving?" Like, excuse the heck out of me. When did
I
this
thought that was
happen?
funny.
This is not supposed to happen. But it was very interesting. I thought it was pretty good. All 3 issues.
One other point before we wrap this up. In the past, we see his parents attempting, or they're gathering their information, and his dad goes to the guild to try to warn them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But they're not there, and they're not letting him, and they about to throw him in the jail. Mom comes to rescue him, and Superman is there too.
Yeah.
And he's hacks to the computer, to find out information. And turns out that all the higher ups knew what was going on and knew that the planet was going to go boom, and they dipped. They built some ships and dipped.
They had already left and got the heck up out of Dodge before anyone really knew what was going on.
They keeping all this a secret, and they went and dipped and left all the working class people there to suffer, or at least most of them. I'm sure that they took a couple to help them, run the ship, or mechanics to help keep the ship up in order. But his parents were still on the ground. They definitely didn't evacuate everybody.
No, because his parents were being little dorks.
And he uploaded the story and let everyone know about the clerks, and let them know that they knew, and that this was all an elaborate cover-up.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you something. That was crazy. Because they had to get on their own ship. And Superman, Kal-El, was like, yes, I know what you're about to do. You're going to send me into space in Mom's suit. But guess what? I'm not leaving. Mom looking at him and Dad looking at him like,
we weren't going to send you up by yourself.
you half right, my boy.
We built a ship.
And lo and behold, a big, huge, red ship just waiting, and like, oh yeah, no, we can fit you, me, the dog, the pig,
the neighbors,
the cow, the neighbors, our cousins, anybody who we can get on here. And they said that they wish they could fit more. Well, how much more can you fit in there? It's already big. But I digress. It was good. I enjoyed it. Very informational. And I'll be honest, I can't wait for the next issue. Because I think that's going to be equally as good. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but this might change my mind.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is a new take on it. And I like it. I will give this a solid 10.
I would agree. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, this is only for the first 3. I don't know what's going to happen next, so we will see. You guys hit up your local comic book store, support them, get these issues. You will love them. Don't forget about Absolute Wonder Woman. Don't forget about Absolute Batman with his big beefy self. You will love it. I promise you. Any other words, Bumblebee?
The issue ends with Martha Kent. We'll have to see where that goes.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that part.
The issue ends with her in the hospital, in hospice maybe. They said that she's dying and she's asking for her son, but she don't have a son. But there's also a picture on the table next to her with her husband, and Superman.
Yeah.
So somehow,
technically
some way,
do.
when Superman came to Earth, he was with them.
Yeah.
Maybe. But we'll have to wait and see.
Know what happened with Mom, cousin, the dog, and all of them, because they all got on the ship.
Also true.
So what happened to the ship?
We'll have to wait and see.
The ship.
We'll have to wait and see in the next issue.
But yeah, you guys have a lovely day, a lovely afternoon, and a lovely night. Take care, stay fly, my friends.